Curse of Strahd campaign. D&D hard mode. Anyway. Now I am going to hop into Le Discord, where we already have a Le Falfox waiting right here.
Is that what this is about? We're ready for D&D?
Yes. I noticed that you were like already in the voice channel and everything, and I started laughing to myself a little bit. I was like, damn, he's been waiting.
I've been here since Noob asked me this afternoon. I haven't left this channel. In fact, he asked me if I like this campaign, and I was like, bro, I didn't tell him I was here in the Discord already. I was just like, bro, I didn't think this was something I had to explain.
If you weren't like excited about it, you wouldn't be asking about it a lot.
Pretty much. Let's go ahead. We'll head over to Angry's chat.
As soon as it says I'm actually live.
Oh.
It says my stream is ended, because it's like... I'm still streaming on...
He borked it.
He's still streaming on Mixer.
Oh, hey, no, it just the internet took a bit of time to catch up.
She got it.
Wow, dude.
That's funny.
Wow.
Hey, Noob.
Yeah, I think the follower glitch that was hitting Noob a while back was hitting me the other night.
I don't know about that.
Well, I know I had 5 people that were in my stream, and yet it said I had 2 for until you got there.
Yeah, I don't know. They think I'm a special dude, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really that great, I don't think, Twitch.
Oh no!
Transform.
Angry. You have put yourself in a corner. And that means I get to have 2 Alley Fox hugs.
Hold on. Bam! Voice mod.
What?
That's Fox.
That was big loud.
It was really loud.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry. You didn't like the music box, huh?
I didn't say that. I was just agreeing with Gamer that it was really loud. There we go.
Yeah, like Twitch is not showing you as doing like streamy things.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It doesn't do my go live notification.
Time to go to OBS Studio.
He's on OBS Studio.
I am.
Oh, I was having that same problem and I had to swap to OBS Studio. Maybe go to Streamlabs OBS.
Online on Twitch.
Whoa,
Yeah.
noob. Whoa.
Whoa.
Nothing. I just heard him in the background and I felt like telling him whoa.
I got my headphones on. He can't hear you.
Yeah, he just...
I've got Lay Fox and Lay Angry. Oh.
Don't you mean belligerent?
She got it from you. She got it from you. How many times do I have to tell you that? She got it from you.
You're a fucking crazy maniac, you know it? But I love you. Thank you.
What?
Of course, my friend. I had to get that bit badge. I just had to.
You got one of these. You got one of these.
Is he trying to take your SpongeBob popsicle away from you?
Something like that.
And I would love to have a SpongeBob popsicle right now. Those things are good.
Is this from something that was like back in the day?
Did you hear about that kid who ordered 20 or no, it was $2,000 worth of SpongeBob popsicles from Amazon. Amazon delivered them next day. The mom found this, and of course, she couldn't keep all this. She didn't want to intend to spend all this, and so she contacts them, and they said, "We can't take this back." The entire city came together and got her over $40,000.
Damn.
Holy cow.
And her kid probably didn't get a single one of those popsicles.
No, he got to keep all the popsicles because how was he
I don't know.
supposed to? I mean, they couldn't give them back. It was a win-win. Yeah, the kid spent their rent money, and she was like, "I can't fucking keep these popsicles. I gotta
It's
pay
like-
my rent."
It's like I need to pay for that the roof that is over your head. But the kid's like
so
SpongeBob popsicles.
And then and he's autistic, so that's
Oh,
why everybody was like,
no.
yeah. So everybody in I think it was in like her little town. They all helped her.
That's cool. It's good that she got the help though.
That really is.
It also should probably stand to reason that maybe, just maybe, she should put a code on there so that you
That's what
actually
everybody
have,
was saying. Yeah.
actually
Um,
have to put stuff in to buy.
I think while he's trying to fix his shit, we're actually going to go to YouTube because there is a video that I was wanting to stream because eventually we are going to do something with this.
I'm set up
Oh,
already.
Was that the soldier?
Yeah, the soldier.
The
But I
Navy
still have to
SEAL?
I still have to stream. I've already announced it to the world now. I have to show the video.
I'm not stopping you. I was just asking if that's the one you were gonna do.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Ball. Ma'am.
Yeah, I ended up having to subscribe to his channel because of you.
Yeah, I like Mr.
His stories are horrible. At least like the ones that are supposed to be horrible.
The Angry Elf subscribed. Thank you. Big old shout out. Can I get a shout out for like Angry Elf? If anybody's
Another one? All right.
We can't go back to a hype club for that, but you do get a shout out like everybody else.
Oh, it might help if I actually do it right, huh?
That and because mainly we're about to watch this video.
There we
Let's
go. Actually did it right that time.
Do you not have it
Alright.
set up to do the clips anymore?
Clips? No.
Oh no, it's warped.
Yeah, it's broken. I don't know what's going on with Twitch Guru.
Oh no, it's warped.
I'll have to fix it later. I don't know what's going on with Twitch Guru. It didn't matter if it was this or Streamlabs OBS. It's just broken right now, and I don't know why. It's just playing the sound, so I just turned it off. Broken right now, and I don't know why. That's the sound of me trying to roll a cigarette, by the way. Oh my
Oh, do you have one of those little doohickeys?
That's the sound of me trying to roll a cigarette, by the way. Don't mind me.
Oh, do you have one of those little doohickeys? Yeah, you.
That? Yeah. Yes, I do, ma'am.
I had a friend that used
Things
to
look like-
roll his own cigarettes. So
It'd be fun to play with. I don't smoke, but
those things look like it looks like it'd be fun to play with. I don't smoke, but like
Which
Like,
one?
make-
Though? The big one or the little one?
it was a little one.
It's a little plastic thing you slide back and forth. Yeah, I got that. One.
Yeah, that one.
They make $100 machine that you put all of your tobacco in, you put all of the sleeves in, you close it up, and you just crank the handle, and it spits out cigarettes at you.
Jody, will you please?
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
I'm like, fuck all that. I'll just fucking. You know how many cigarettes I can roll on $100? I would rather just roll them and keep
Right.
the $100.
I mean, the little doohickey works for what it is.
It's like, what? I mean, it'll entertain me for all of 3
I have
seconds
ADD.
while I crank out another cigarette that I'm not supposed to be smoking anyway.
Well, I have ADD, so like anything like that, it's a fidget to me. So
I'd be yelling at you. Gamer, I don't need any more fucking cigarettes right now. You're making all my tobacco stale. Knock it
I'd
off.
be like,
You're probably right. I'd be like, but the thingy.
Well, I'm gonna mute myself. Are you almost live? Is he almost live? What's going on with him?
Okay. Oh, he's live.
Okay, well then, in that case, eventually
Live,
we're
but-
going to come back to this video here,
He's,
and we're
he's
going
stream
to take a
sniping
look
your
at
stream
this.
so that he can watch the
No, he says he's live, but he muted himself on stream so that he's stream sniping your stream so that he can watch the video with you.
Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna mute, and then we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick.
Yeah, it's
It
like a
is
30
not a real quick, by the way.
Yeah, it's like a 30-minute video.
But it's a good video. It's really good.
Seriously?
So, any last minute preparations, bathroom, potty breaks, setting up things, food, whatever you're going to do, you might want to get it done now because we're going to go into this story. It's a really good story. And then I'm going to explain what we're going to do. And then we're going to go head off to Angry
Joking.
Elves channel. So, I will be back. All right, so this is Mr. Ball, and of course, you all have seen him before. I play a lot of his videos. This video has really impacted me. After hearing this story and seeing everything about it, I really want to do something. But until we watch it, we're going to save that until we watch it.
I have something very special to share with you. One of my former teammates from back when I was a Navy SEAL has one of the most insane stories you will ever hear. And recently, he gave me permission to share it. But before we get into his story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right channel because that's all we do, and we upload 3 or 4 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please drop a 2,000-pound JDAM on the like button. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's story. In June of 2011, I had just failed a very stressful and anxiety-inducing underwater test as part of Navy SEAL training, and after I failed this test, my instructor told me to get out of the pool and go over to the corner with the other failures. And so I made my way to the edge of the pool, I climbed out, and I sulked my way to the corner where I saw my other classmates who had met a similar fate on this test. They were all sitting in the corner with their backs to the pool in neat rows. And so I was totally gassed from this test. And so when I sat down, I started dramatically breathing really loud and heaving my chest up and down to show off just how hard my test had been. And about 2 seconds into this ridiculous performance of mine, one of my other classmates who had been sitting in the corner when I showed up, a big 18-year-old kid from Wisconsin named Ephraim Matos, he immediately turned around and made eye contact with me, and through gritted teeth he just goes, "Shut up! Everybody here is in pain." And then he turned back around. And immediately, I was actually really mad at him because he just totally publicly dimed me out in front of my other classmates. But then it dawned on me, he was right. The job we were trying out for, Navy SEAL, they're not looking for people who just feel bad for themselves all the time. And so I never forgot the lesson Ephraim Matos taught me on the pool deck that day. And I, along with everybody else in the SEAL teams, never forgot the totally insane thing that Ephraim Matos did 5 years later that was picked up by virtually every major news network at the time. Back in 2012, so about a year after our exchange on the pool deck, Ephraim and I graduated and became Navy SEALs. I was assigned to an East Coast SEAL team and he was assigned to a West Coast one. And over the next 5 years, I never saw the guy until I saw him on TV. It was mid-June 2017, and I was on base in Virginia in an office full of other Navy SEALs, and we were wrapping up for the day. I was closing my email and powering down my computer, and I noticed my phone that was sitting on the table suddenly started lighting up with all these text messages from current and former teammates. And so I grabbed my phone, and all the messages said the same thing: turn on the news. And so in this office we were in, there was always a TV that was turned to the news sitting in the corner that was on mute. And so I turned to look at this TV, and on the TV from a distance, all I can see is breaking news and Middle East. And so given our profession, news like that tended to have a direct impact on our day-to-day lives. And so I assumed all these text messages must be about whatever happened in the Middle East. And so I get up, I walk over, I grab the remote, and on my walk back to my seat, I'm turning the volume up, and everybody else in the room is turning around to watch the TV as well. And we start hearing the TV reporters talking about this group of American civilians that had gone to Iraq and taken up arms against the terrorist organization ISIS. And so as they're talking about this group of American civilians, they put on the screen an image of one of these Americans. It was this big bearded guy in his mid-20s carrying an AK-47 rifle standing behind a tank somewhere in the Middle East. And as soon as I saw that picture, I knew right away why I had gotten that flurry of text messages from current and former teammates. It's because we all know this guy. The guy on TV was Ephraim Matos. 5 years earlier, after our graduation, Ephraim checked into his first SEAL team out on the West Coast, and very quickly after he showed up, they deployed to Afghanistan. During one of their missions, Ephraim was in the back of his patrol as they walked across this huge open field as they left this village they had just been in. And so Ephraim, in virtue of being in the back of the patrol, was in charge of looking behind the unit and make sure no one was coming after them. And so Ephraim periodically would turn around and he would look and make sure no one was following them. And then at some point when he turned around, he saw two little girls that couldn't have been more than 5 and 7 years old running out of the village and start running down the road towards them. Now, earlier in the day, when Ephraim and his team had been in that village, they had found a children's backpack lying in the middle of the road. And when they went up to inspect it, it turned out to be rigged with explosives. Now, no one had gotten hurt. They had defused the explosives, but they were very weary for children's backpacks. And so as Ephraim sees these two girls running up to him, he can see they're both wearing similar style backpacks to the one they found in the road. They were suicide bombers. Ephraim began screaming at these girls to stop, go back, don't come any closer, or I'll have to shoot at you. But he could tell they weren't stopping. They were just running up the road. He could see there were tears coming down their face. They were totally upset. They were obviously innocent. They were young kids. They'd been put up to this by the Taliban. But Ephraim, because he was in the rear security of his patrol, he had to deal with them like they were threats. And so at some point when they wouldn't stop, he raised his rifle up, he flipped the gun off safe, and he put his reticle right on one of the girls, and he began applying pressure to his trigger. But right as he was about to squeeze and fire a shot, the girls just abruptly stopped. It's like they knew they were about to be shot. And they turned around and they ran back towards the village. And so Ephraim put his finger off the trigger, he flipped it back on safe, he lowered his rifle, and he breathed a huge sigh of relief. But even though he didn't have to engage these poor girls, that experience totally haunted Ephraim. In fact, of all the combat he got in on that deployment, that experience with those innocent girls had the most impact on him. How could anybody force a child to be a suicide bomber? How could anyone be that cruel? And so by the time Ephraim came back to the United States after that deployment, he had changed. That experience specifically had changed him. Even though he believed in the US government's mission over in Afghanistan and in the Middle East, he felt like he could be doing more for these poor innocent people that were just trapped inside of conflict zones like these two little girls. And so over the next few years, he began looking at different conflict zones all over the world where civilians were in the most danger. And he discovered there was one place that was killing and exploiting civilians at an unprecedented rate. And that place was Iraq, where a new terrorist organization had taken power called ISIS. So in early 2017, when Ephraim's Navy contract ran out and it was time for him to decide if he wanted to stay in the SEAL teams or get out and become a civilian, he opted to not re-enlist, so he left the military, and instead he got on social media and he contacted a foreign volunteer group in Iraq that was providing humanitarian aid to civilians. And he reached out to them and he said, "Hey, can I join you?" And of course they said, "Yes, we'd love to have a Navy SEAL come out and support us." And so just a couple of days later, Ephraim sold his house, he packed up a bag of clothes and a backpack, he grabbed his passport, and he hopped on a plane and he flew to northern Iraq all by himself. Now, before we continue the rest of the story, you need to understand just how bold this move was by Ephraim. Now, when he was a Navy SEAL, and so a member of the United States military on active duty, and he went to Afghanistan, to a war zone,
I'm going to close out Overwatch. It's making a bunch of noise. Yeah, we're watching this video real quick before we raid out to Angry, because we're about to start our D&D campaign. But I wanted to watch this and explain briefly what we're going to do.
He had lots of support. If his team got pinned down by the enemy, they could call in an airstrike, or they could call in backup. If Ephraim got hurt on the battlefield, or his teammates got hurt on the battlefield, they could call in special medical teams that would fly in virtually any condition to come save them. And if Ephraim got captured by the enemy, you better believe America is coming for him. But in this case, Ephraim went to a war zone as a civilian. He was not in the U.S. military, so he didn't have any of that support. If he or his team got pinned down out in Iraq, they would either have to fight their way out or get killed or captured. If he or one of his new teammates from this volunteer group got hurt, they would have to either save themselves or get killed or captured. And if Ephraim got captured as a civilian, nobody's coming for him. Nobody even knows he's been captured. He is completely on his own. But Ephraim knew these risks. In fact, he knew them better than most people because he had already deployed to a war zone and saw how important it is to have a support infrastructure. So when he flew to Iraq as a civilian, he knew he was hanging it out there, but he just didn't care. He felt like he had a mission to go help these innocent people because nobody else was. When he arrived in Iraq,
I think we're going to fast forward because all of this is just build up fluff to the story. If you want to watch the whole thing yourself, you're more than welcome to. It's Mr. Ballin. We're going to get to the actual story and that's here. Okay, so the guy gets there. It's one of his friends, one of his old Navy SEAL buddies. He gets to the city, to Mosul, and he's about to push in and help these people. And he's like an aide. He's a civilian aide at this point.
Their attention on trying to treat as many wounded civilians and wounded Iraqi soldiers as they possibly could. At the same time, the rest of the Iraqi army had pushed north and was slowly chipping away at the last few ISIS fighters. On June 1st, so roughly 1 month after Ephraim and the others have entered into the city of Mosul, they noticed a significant uptick in the number of wounded civilians that were coming to them for help. And so all day and all night, they're treating all these people that are horribly wounded with gunshot wounds and other wounds. And so at some point, Ephraim and the others begin asking these people, what happened to you? This seems unusual that so many people would show up with these wounds. And they all just seemed to be in shock. No one was able to really talk about what happened, but a few people mentioned there had been a massacre somewhere nearby. But when they pried for more information, there was a language barrier issue, and there was just the fact that they were overwhelmed with patients, and they needed to make sure their focus was on treating them, not talking to them. The following morning, though, Ephraim and the others got up and decided they wanted to push farther north into ISIS-held territory to see if there was evidence of a massacre, to try to figure out what happened to all these people that were showing up wounded. And so Ephraim and the other volunteers, they left their aid station building and they moved north about 1 block to this huge intersection, and there they tucked up against this huge concrete wall that protected them from ISIS. ISIS was down the other road that ran through the intersection. They were holed up in this huge bombed out hospital that overlooked this intersection. And so from where they were, ISIS couldn't see them and they couldn't shoot them. At some point, Ephraim poked his head around this wall, looking down the road towards this burned out hospital, and what he saw along the road shocked him. There were dozens and dozens of civilians that had been killed laying all over the place. It would turn out the day before, a huge group of civilians had attempted to flee the city, and they ran in front of that burned out hospital where ISIS was, and they gunned them down. And they killed over 200 civilians, men, women, children. They didn't care, and they wounded at least 100 others. And so that was why there was that huge uptick in wounded civilians the day before. And so as Ephraim is scanning this carnage, being careful not to stay exposed for too long, he notices one particularly large pile of bodies. There's about 20 or 30 bodies. He sees in this pile, there's clearly movement. And he can see there is a little girl who's attempting to hide herself under her dead mother's clothing. And then next to this girl were 2 other adult men that clearly were wounded, but were alive. Ephraim immediately starts yelling to them to run to him, you're gonna get killed out there. But the 3 of them were completely shell-shocked. For the past 24 hours, they had been laying inside of this pile of bodies. And so they were not going to be able to move on their own. And so Ephraim realized unless they did something to get them out of there, they were going to die. So Ephraim and the others ran back to their Iraqi army counterparts, and they got them to sign off on a rescue mission. And their plan was they would have one of the Iraqi tanks drive down that road straight towards that hospital where all the ISIS fighters were, and right behind the tank would be an Iraqi Humvee, inside of which would be Ephraim and the other volunteers. And so they would go straight down the road. The tank would serve as a sort of shield for the Humvee, and after the tank passed the pile of dead bodies, the Humvee would be lined up right next to it. Ephraim and the others would hop out, they'd grab the girl and the two other men, pull them back in the Humvees, and then the two vehicles would back up to safety. Once this plan was in place, Ephraim and Dave and the other volunteers contacted the American military in the area, and they got them to authorize a smokescreen. They would fire artillery shells with airburst smoke grenades that would obscure the view of the ISIS fighters in the hospital. They wouldn't actually be able to see the tank or the Humvee or this rescue operation taking place right in front of them. And so shortly after these plans are totally finalized and Ephraim and the others are loading up in the Humvee and they're getting in position to turn that corner and begin this operation, the driver of the Humvee says, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. It's not safe. I'm not willing to do it. Ephraim and the other volunteers tried to convince him to still do the operation because they didn't have time to get a replacement Humvee, and they had already coordinated with the American artillery units that were going to be firing these shells at a certain time, and so they really didn't have an opportunity to do this operation again if this guy backed out. Not to mention, if they didn't get out there quickly, these three people were going to die anyways. And so finally, when Ephraim realized this driver was not going to budge, he was not going to go in this operation, Ephraim and the others got out of the Humvee and they walked up to the tank driver and they asked him, are you still prepared to go on this rescue operation? And he said he was. And so even though if they went through with this mission, it would mean Ephraim and the others would be on foot behind the tank, completely exposed, they were still totally down for doing it. In fact, Ephraim would say at no point did they consider canceling the mission. They were so focused on saving these three people that they were prepared to sacrifice themselves to do it. And so the tank driver closed his hatch, Ephraim and the others got behind the tank, they turned that corner so they're facing the hospital, and then a couple minutes later, as planned, American artillery launched these airburst smoke grenades that totally obscured ISIS's view. And as soon as those smoke clouds were in the air, ISIS came out and just started firing randomly straight down in the general direction of where this tank was. They couldn't really see the tank. They had no way of knowing what they were doing out there. They just knew something was going on. And so meanwhile, Ephraim and the others are tucked up behind this tank as it's slow rolling in, as rounds are impacting all around them, mortars start landing all around them, and it turns out there were other ISIS fighters, not just directly ahead of them in the hospital, but also off to their side in other buildings. So they were getting hit from two directions. Ephraim remembers, as he was behind this tank trying to stay as small as he could, he began dry heaving because he was so terrified. He was completely convinced he was going to die that day. Eventually, the tank made its way just past this pile of bodies, and at that point, Ephraim actually stepped out and fired back towards ISIS in the hospital and over towards the berm to provide some cover fire, while Dave and another volunteer ran over and pulled the girl and the other two men out of the pile and behind the tank. The girl and one of the men were okay. They were not badly physically hurt, but the other man was badly hurt and he couldn't walk. And so thinking quickly, Ephraim and his team found a piece of sheet metal on the ground behind this tank, and they rolled him onto it and used it like a stretcher and began dragging him as the tank began moving in reverse. And so as bullets are still flying all around them, rockets are landing next to them, they're moving, they're making good progress, when the wounded man slips off of the sled and he lands right in the tracks of where this tank is going to go. And for a variety of reasons, Ephraim and the others had no way of communicating with the tank driver. So the tank driver is just going to keep on moving and he's going to run over this injured man who can't go anywhere. And so thinking quickly, Ephraim leaps down, he grabs the injured guy, and he rolls with him out of the way of the tracks right as it goes past him. But now Ephraim and this wounded man are outside the protection of the tank, and rounds start impacting all around them. The smoke screen at this point is pretty much cleared, and so ISIS sees them. And Ephraim at this point makes a heartbreaking decision. He looks at this guy who he knows cannot move himself. He's badly wounded. He makes eye contact with him. He holds his hand, and Ephraim just shakes his head and says, "I'm sorry," because he knew he couldn't move him fast enough behind the tank before both of them got shot, and he couldn't throw him on his back in time before both of them got shot. And so he had to leave him. And so Ephraim jumped up, he leapt behind the tank right as a volley of fire hit right where he had been standing, and then Ephraim and the others continued moving back. That wounded man would go on to be killed by ISIS. Only a few moments after Ephraim was back behind the relative safety of the tank, he suddenly fell to the ground and felt a pain in his right leg. He he had been shot through the leg. But where he fell was right in line with where one of these tank treads were coming. But again, they can't talk to this tank, so they can't stop the tank from running him over. And so a surge of adrenaline came over Ephraim, and he leapt up onto his feet and just continued hobbling behind the tank despite this gaping hole in his leg. Eventually, they made it all the way back to that intersection where they had started, but the only way they could get back down the alleyway to safety with the Iraqi army was to run across a small segment of this street. Basically, you needed to be exposed for just a second running across. But at this point, the smoke screen was gone. ISIS knew exactly where they were, and they were waiting for them to pop out from behind that tank. And so Ephraim and the other volunteers are screaming across this gap in the road towards the Iraqi army to get them to send an armored vehicle across this road, pick us up, and bring us back across. We can't run across this gap without getting shot. But because of the chaos and the noise, the tank is firing, there's mortars, there's rockets, there's gunfire, it's crazy, the message was just not received. And so in a sudden fit of madness and frustration and fear and all sorts of things, Ephraim just runs across the street. And he gets to the other side miraculously without being hit again. And there he tells the Iraqi army, send an armored Humvee across this gap, get the girl, get the guy, get the rest of the volunteers, save them. Seconds later, an armored Humvee crossed that gap. They picked them up and brought them back. And at this point, Ephraim is now lying on the ground behind that concrete wall. So he's relatively safe, and he's getting his leg bandaged up. And he remembers when the girl and the guy were brought out and they were safe and alive, the Iraqi army erupted in cheers. It was this unbelievably happy moment in an absolutely tragic, horrible time. The Iraqis would transport Ephraim in an armored ambulance to an aid station south of where this intersection was, and there they would put him on a cot, and a doctor would rebandage his leg, and then he would walk away. And so Ephraim is left inside of this room to kind of think about what had just happened, and he looked over to his left, and just 2 beds over from him was the girl he had just nearly died saving. And she was sitting on her cot. She wasn't looking at him. She was looking straight ahead. Her dark hair was matted down, and she was just kind of staring into nothingness. It was clear she was still in shock, but she did look relatively unhurt. And then at some point, another Iraqi doctor came over and gave her some food and water, and she ate and drank ferociously. Ephraim just stared at her in awe. At that moment, she was the most important thing in his life. And as he's staring at this miracle child, the doctor that had given her food and water noticed him staring, and he came over to Ephraim and he just said, her name is Demoa, she's 4 years old, and she's going to be just fine. After the doctor had walked away, Ephraim pulled his hat down over his face and he just wept. Ephraim never had a chance to actually speak to Demoa because she was so scared of everyone around her that he decided to just give her her space. But he would later find out that she was reunited with her living family members, and today she is alive and well. After his injury, Ephraim was sent back to the United States, and it was then that he learned their rescue operation had been filmed by a guy who was there that day documenting war crimes by ISIS. He saw this rescue operation happening, and he just started filming it. After this man posted the footage online, it went viral, and before long, major news outlets all over the world were reaching out to Ephraim and the other volunteers for interviews. This was the story that me and my teammates in Virginia in that office saw in 2017, and that image we saw of Ephraim standing behind the tank with the AK-47, that was moments before he rushed out behind the tank and provided cover fire for Dave and the other to run over and grab the girl and the other 2 men. The gunshot wound that Ephraim sustained in his leg wound up being relatively minor, if you consider gunshot wounds to be minor. It did not hit an artery and it did not shatter his bone. And so after only a few months, he was more or less back to strength, and instead of just taking it easy, he was in another conflict zone in Burma, this time working with a new volunteer organization, one that he founded called Stronghold Rescue and Relief. And their mission is to protect and care for families in conflict zones. Their motto is, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Despite being a very small organization, they are having enormous impacts all over the world, but they need our help. They rely on a small army of people who pitch in small donations every month to keep operations flowing. So if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious, please consider joining their army by supporting them on a monthly basis, just like I am. If you do, you'll not only gain my respect and admiration, you'll also get sent one of these awesome shirts with that amazing quote on the back. The link to join their army is in the description of this video. Also, if you just click on that link, it will bring you to their website and you can see the full unedited footage of their rescue mission. So that's going to do it, guys. If you got something out of today's video and you haven't done this already,
So that's the video there. Of course, we cut out something like 10 minutes of it. And it was just build up to explaining all of it. This here, like he said, this guy founded this. Well, most of these graphics aren't even loaded. Why aren't they loaded? Loaded, damn it! There they are. Okay. Stronghold Rescue and Relief. So he's in Burma still right now, and he's still dealing with civilian aid in another conflict zone. And so what I'm thinking I'm wanting to do, of course, I'm going to be doing my own share here, whatever it may be that I can afford. But I'm wanting to keep this active, right? During the war in Iraq, I remembered how belligerent and just ugly people were for no reason, right? There were just so many people that were like, we heard the reports of a school getting bombed and all those children dying. And a lot of people here were going, oh yeah, fuck them. Yeah, that's good that they got that, you know? And I'm thinking to myself, that is the most ugly shit that I've ever fucking heard. And I would yell at people and I would talk down to these people and I would stand up for these civilians, right? Because these civilians have nothing to do with a terrorist organization. They have nothing to do with politics. It's not their fault that they live across the hey, Faith. It's not their fault that they live across the world in a conflict zone. They're just there trying to live their best life, right? In a first world country, or not even it's a third world country. Sorry, in a third world country, right? Most of them don't have water. Most of them have a hard time finding food. None of them have access to a hospital or anything like that. Nobody has anything like TVs or none of this shit. Right?
What's up, Robbie? How you doing?
A third world country. And these people have...
We're going to be doing D&D soon. We hopped into Fox's stream real quick to check out what he was doing there.
To get, transportation, anything like this. And a lot of them get captured and taken...
Can you hear me speaking?
...organizations and threatened and have their family threatened or have family members killed if they don't...
Hello, Miss Fana! Welcome! We're about to be starting the D&D soon!
Like ISIS happens, right? And for us here in a first world country to look down on a school bombing and say, good for those motherfuckers, I hope anybody who ever said anything like that burns in fucking hell, right? Because it's not these people's fault.
Damn.
And I feel strongly about that. So when I heard this guy about
Wait,
this
what?
guy making this organization,
Yeah, how?
and being out there in these conflict zones as a civilian,
We need to know.
that touched me, right? Because I believe in this shit. Like, if I could be out there right now, I'd be doing the same thing. I would 100% be doing the same thing. I could see myself as that type of person who would put myself out there in that...
What is up, Mateo?
Right behind this guy, saving that little girl. I could see myself doing it. So I'm wanting to do something on a regular basis. Not so much...
Holy shit, got a lot of people in chat. Hello, everyone.
Type thing.
Like I said, we are actually just about to be getting into D&D. Fox wanted to do this.
Channel, right? I want to give it a panel down in my description, and I want to keep it active. And keep people reminded this is a thing, right? And maybe once a month we might come by and look at it and do something with it. Maybe once every...
Wait, shit, really? It is?
week, something like that. Just, we'll figure it out. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, but I do want to keep this active, and I want to keep at least my...
I might have to pick some up then.
And I figured that I'd give everybody here also the opportunity, if you felt like, to support this, because this is a great cause to be helping civilians in who they can't defend themselves.
We're
And
gonna go ahead and the end of that. We're gonna switch this over here, and we're gonna go ahead and pull ourselves out of. Exactly, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull us out of the mute deafen in the Discord. And we're just gonna have to wait for them to get back. Wait, it was. Dude, alright, so how are you going about getting those? This is actually important. I need to know. Like, where are you going to purchase? Robinhood? Okay. No, sir, Mateo. We are not playing COD tonight. Tonight is D&D night. We stream D&D every Saturday at 10 p.m. This is the current campaign we're running. When this one ends, I have several other of the D&D modules, and I think what my plan is for this particular Saturday game is to just be working through those, because I've played part of this, I've read the book, the story is really cool. The next one I want to run is the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. I've actually gotten to be a player in that one through to completion. It is so fucking good. So fucking good. And I really want other people to get that experience too. So I'm going to be running that one next. Sure, go ahead. Roll a d20. So, here, I'll roll it for you on stream. Just, you can see right over here in the chat. 1d20. Oh man, you didn't roll all that good. I am sorry, Cosmic. You have failed. At least it wasn't a 1. Then you might have gotten slapped in the face by chat. Okay, I'll let you use a luck point. Okay, yeah, I mean, Robbie, do you feel seduced? I don't know, he just said chat, so I picked the name above him. Ah, fuck! Damn! Fox, thank you for the raid. What's up, Evie? How you doing? Yes, let's go! And your mic is on mute.
Not on Discord. Matter if it's on mute.
Gamer is over there having kitty difficulties. He stepped on the power button for her laptop and put it in sleep mode.
Make up your furry ass mind.
Man, I wish you guys could hear this.
Damn it.
I have returned.
Fox.
Look at girl, you're tight.
Faith. What is going on?
Oh, Cosmic is chat daddy now. For this particular
Cosmic
yes, he is
Chat
the
Daddy.
he is the pimp.
Really? Was that where you're gonna plop your little happy ass down?
Yeah.
Man?
You missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm opening up a roll 20. Roll 20.
You can only barely hear me. Alright, I can fix that.
Arr.
Filters dimmer. Oh, you can't hear them. Alright, that is also easy enough to fix.
Look here.
That better?
What was it that he called her again?
Oh, she is the CEO.
No. I'm not. I'm talking about our game.
Oh, racist.
No, what did Strahd call her?
Tatiana.
Tatiana. Yeah, that's it.
Where is the noob elf?
Where's the everyone? We got things to do. We got bullshit to hash out.
Uh-oh. Yeah, gamer's not in. I didn't want to open that. Why am I opening Curse? I don't need Curse Forge, damn it.
Hello?
Guys, I apologize. I am apparently illiterate in iconography.
Not only are you illiterate, but you're blind.
Alright,
Oh,
Fox.
hey, I got one of the fancy ones from the set, I think. It's got, like, weird borders.
Oh. So, Fox, apparently you gotta have a naked cleric dance this stream. Cosmic is expecting.
Cosmic simping for your character.
I heard an alert, but I do not see the alert on the screen.
What?
New window.
What? No, I haven't got any
Why is
planeswalkers
the
yet.
mute the damn thing not showing up on my screen?
I have,
What is it?
this one, though.
Evie,
think this
thank
is
you
one of the
so
special
much
ones.
for the follow. Just leave that open right there.
Can you guys hear me, by the way? Cosmic? Evie?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I had to restart the,
Excellent.
Now we're just waiting for
Discord
Newbelf to
call.
get to his computer.
Excellent.
What? I don't have I haven't pulled a planeswalker yet.
Skinwalker. Excellent.
Yep.
I didn't say skinwalker. Planeswalker. Planeswalker.
Whatever you say, Tatiana.
I suppose it's really sad that I'm the one that actually knows the lore behind that.
Okay, so to catch everyone up a little bit, Cosmic wanted to roll to seduce chat, and he got a 17 on the die, so he seduced chat. So Cosmic is our chat pimp daddy for this particular stream.
Scary.
Oh no!
Well, see, what Angry said was that he was trying to seduce Robbie, but Robbie's actually playing an incubus, so he's unseducible?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark.
I'm still giving
Yeah.
Cosmic the title for this particular stream because, well, Cosmic is cool. I got you, buddy.
Wait, what? There's Cosmic Elf?
Yes, the
Cosmic
Cosmic
Elf
Elf
is
is in the chat.
Pretty sure I don't see elf in his name.
It's
It's
just
Cosmic Elf.
it's silent as far as spelling is
Yes.
concerned.
He asked to be an elf. He wanted to join the elf squad.
Yeah, he is a
Seemed
part of
like
the
a
Elf
skinwalker.
Brigade.
He asked to join. You all don't acknowledge this? This is rude.
I acknowledge this, sir.
I didn't say anything
What?
like that. He's putting words in my mouth.
Whatever, Tatiana.
What?
See everyone but Le Nubelf in the Roll20.
There
There
he
he
is.
What?
What?
Apparently, Noob has been.
Taking a poopy.
Sure, that's totally what I was gonna say.
I'm here.
Because TOS and stuff.
What does TOS have to do with poopy?
I don't know.
Hey, listen, when I gotta take a shit, I'll let y'all know.
Mer.
I'll say, I'll be back. I gotta take a shit.
Thank you.
That's lovely.
I think.
Okay.
Question
Level
mark?
4.
Yes,
Are we level 4 now?
you are indeed level 4.
Did I finish
Oh,
level?
Wait,
goody.
did I level?
Yeah, I
I
mean, they kind of did die. Like, die.
I am a kind of benevolent DM occasionally.
Okay, I did level.
It's fucked up. This motherfucker gives them the gift of life, but he doesn't give me anything.
He
didn't
didn't
die.
kill you.
I mean,
he
there's that.
didn't kill me, but fuck him. You know what? He could have at least given me treasure. I would have turned around and gone a different direction. He would have at least made a friend. I would have been like, shit, I don't know what you talking about. Kill him? He gave me this badass dagger.
That's just not how he works.
No, I noticed, Tatiana.
Yep, where we left off, you guys were literally just like getting fully out of your temporary madnesses within
I
the coffin storage room at the coffin making
You
place.
allowed me to fish for 4 days, correct?
No. We weren't there. We actually ended up back at the inn.
Oh yeah, you're right. You guys
Because
had gone back to the
Mike
inn.
dropped moment, and then Elistrae's priestess walked into her room.
No, I did not. I went out
Yeah.
fishing.
Oh, well, okay,
It
you
was
walked
fishing.
off.
Yeah,
I
you went.
walked out, yeah.
Mike drop, walk
And
away.
went off fishing for 4 days while he recovers from his delusion. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like confused as hell. I'm like, what the are you talking about?
But that is where we left it.
So I did get to fish for 4 days, right?
Unless your party comes to get you beforehand.
Okay. How much experience and fish did I get?
Absolutely zero experience and absolutely zero fish.
What?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
snap.
You
But
can't fish for 4 days and not get
since you
anything.
are going to the lake,
Dun, dun, dun.
there is a thing for this in the book.
Uh-oh. Don't you know
You never split the party. I think it might be in. Okay, it's not in that
You
section.
can't tell me that I can fish in my downtime and then come back with an encounter when we come back.
I don't make the rules.
Benevolent DM, my big fat booty.
I
You
haven't
are-
even
you make the
leveled
rules.
up yet.
You make the rules. You're the DM.
You have 2 leveled up. You are a level 4 cleric now, sir.
He might not have picked this, all the stuff.
Thank
Yeah,
you. At least someone understands.
yeah.
Did you get your stat or feat?
I did not.
We got you.
Well, I'm trying to find the thing. You do that.
Oh no.
Well, I'm trying to do the thing. You do that, he says. Uh-huh.
Area L.
Amazingly
Okay.
descriptive.
A B C D E F G H. There it is.
I fought the fish instead of catching them.
No, you see where he went was Lake Zarovich, and so just look at the page number and do the lace smart thing and just show it on the stream.
You doing the smart thing? Since when?
There's actually this whole section just for that area. Water is good for a big lake.
I mean, it's definitely better than like acid or something.
Yep. I would sure as hell hope so. What the hell is up with my nail?
Oh, dude, I pulled the gingerbread man earlier. Now I've got the gingerbread cabin. From my gingerbread man. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not the gingerbread man. He's the ginger brute. Stop that.
There, fixed it.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The one on Drury Lane?
Muffin Man. I can hear that.
We're turning this stream into an ASMR.
She's opening packs of magic cards.
The Gathering.
You ready, Fox?
I mean, I guess since we're gonna break D&D, let's go. Let's have it.
All right.
Break it down.
Says you're walking on towards the lake. At the foot of a mountain nestled in the misty forest is a large lake. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting the dark clouds overhead like a monstrous mirror. Pulled up along the south shore are 3 small rowboats. A 4th boat can be seen in the middle of the lake with a lone figure sitting on it, fishing pole in hand. He is about 400 feet out.
Oh, look, you have a fishing buddy.
Okay, so what happened?
I don't know. What do you do? Are you fishing at the dock? Are you going out?
I don't know. I don't live in the past. I asked you to go fishing while it was downtime, and you said yes. You can't come back and change shit without telling me. Otherwise, it would have been changed a long time ago. I would have changed my mind.
So would your character have just left it alone?
I don't know. I don't live in the past. You tell me what happened.
I need
Did
to
I
know how
die?
you're...
Did I survive?
I mean, you didn't get killed or anything. I want to know what your character would do.
I don't think.
I
I don't think you have to interact with this particular character if you don't want to.
I don't have to do anything because it's in the past.
Gosh.
He told me that it was something I could do in the downtime, and that's what happened. So whatever happens, he tells me.
Would you have gotten a boat or the dock? I don't make decisions for your character.
Would
Hey,
I
pulled Robin
have?
Hood.
There were 3 boats right there. Do you row out to the middle of the lake with the boat, or would you have stayed on the dock to fish?
I feel like this is something that probably should have been presented before.
I
And
had
then I
every
would probably
intention
told
on
you.
pulling it out the next session, just it was the time of night that we were ending the stream that I decided to just hold off on it.
Then you probably should have let me know that, and then I would have said, you know what, never mind. I mean, downtime actions aren't an unusual thing. That's something that can happen, and you agreed to.
Dude, I know. I was just curious, so I decided to pull it out.
What would
Did
have I
somebody
done?
put this?
Okay,
Put
let's
a
go to
neon mustache.
let's go hypothetical. So we'll go hypothetical here. Okay, we'll play this hypothetically. I would have probably approached the man.
Then he eat your face. That seems like par for the course for what we've gone through.
I mean, so you row out to where he is.
Row,
Hang on.
row your boat gently.
Yep. You
down
get there.
the
As you're
lake.
getting out, he is putting his pole down in the boat and grabbing a gagged and bound child from the boat, and he's raising
I
her
said,
up
hang on.
over
I
the
don't
edge.
hear anything that you're saying.
La 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 la.
All right. You said what now?
As you row out to him so you can approach him, you're about 10 feet away, and he is grabbing a gagged and hog-tied child from inside the boat, and he is raising her up over the edge, about to drop her in.
Oh yeah, we're playing this out. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy up right now. He's fucked up right now.
It's like I'm gonna whoop his ass. What the hell is this?
Yeah, no, we're playing this out right now. I changed my mind. We're playing it out.
You caught a fox. Hook,
I
line,
caught
and
a
sinker.
freaking pedo doing what now?
He has a hog-tied and gagged child. She looks to be no older than about 7. He is picking her up out of the boat. She is barely conscious, and he's about to drop her into the lake.
Beat his ass.
5, 4, 3.
Okay, well then we're gonna go with. I'm gonna inflict wounds on his ass.
So jump out of your boat into his and just grab onto him, inflicting wounds.
Yep. Even if it means pulling both of them in.
Alright. Roll your spell attack.
I did.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hit. Ooh, he dies.
And then I save the child.
So you leap out of your boat as you start channeling the necrotic energy, and as you grab onto him, his whole body just starts to rot almost immediately. And he reeks of alcohol.
Nice.
And you grab the child as goes curse splash.
Yep.
She
We climb back in my boat and we head back to the inn.
She has alabaster white skin and raven black hair.
Is she still unconscious?
She hit the water and she's now wide awake and terrified, struggling against her bonds.
Oh, well, on the way back, I untie her.
Please, take me back to my father. Please.
Well, who is your father?
His name is Luvosh.
Luvosh?
Luvosh.
Luvosh. Oh, okay. Who was that man?
Bluto.
Who is a Bluto?
That's his name.
I'm sorry to put you through this, child, but I need more information so I know how we should approach this.
His name is Bluto.
And who is he to you?
That's the drunk dude. Guy who kidnapped me and drugged me and tied me up and was...
Oh, there,
in the lake.
child. Come here. You're in safe hands. I am a priestess. We're going to take you home now. Have you eaten?
Hungry.
Are you well? Did he do anything bad to you?
No, unless drugging you is bad. I'm hungry, and I need to go I need to go back to my daddy.
Okay, we'll go there then. Don't worry.
Sir, I think that he was at the Zer pool at the moment.
The what?
With Madame Eva.
Wait, what? I didn't hear any of that because of the crackling.
With the Madame Eva.
What?
At the Zer pool.
Madame Eva is the gypsy woman.
Yeah, the one you guys were going to go back and visit after you finished up your business in Valaki.
So, I see. There. Everything will be okay. Apparently, I touch people and they die.
Don't touch me.
No, child, not like that. It'll be okay. I'm a
Don't touch
priest.
me! She smacks your hand.
Kel just looks at her with big eyes and keeps rowing back.
So you go back to the inn where they are?
Yes. I convene with my party.
Oh man, I love this. So Gail gets back to the inn with a small child in tow.
All right, what night is this?
Do I see them?
Night
Night
2.
2. So he's still gibbering like a madman?
No, it lasted for like a minute.
No, mine lasted for a minute.
Oh, his was 10 minutes. You guys rolled really low.
His was hours.
Yeah, his was hours. You said he was going to be out of it. That's
Yeah.
why this whole fishing thing.
It
that's
wasn't
why
gonna be
we were
2
doing-
days worth. It was like maybe through the night.
Why did I go fishing then if it was just for the night?
wanted to do your ritual thing.
That is not why.
Yeah, it is.
What the hell?
I don't know.
He just became
How are we changing shit up? This is not cool. Okay, whatever. You know what?
it's because a angry elf doesn't know how to write things down.
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this answer as well. Anyway, so do I see them?
Yes.
Oh Lord, please help me. I run straight up to I run straight up to Kulani.
And she
Please
has
help
a
me.
alabaster skinned, black haired, and doesn't give an eye color. Well, alabaster white skin, raven black hair, small child, can't be older than 7.
I whisper in Kulani's ear and tell her what I'd done.
Well,
And then I hide behind her. You deal with it. You're the child savior. You deal with this. Please.
Right. What is your name?
Arabelle.
She slapped my hand. It hurts still. Look at it's red.
What did she slap your hand for? What did she do to her?
She said she touches people and they die.
Oh no, that's not bad people. You're not bad, are you? Whenever she touches good people, they get healed.
I'm not. No, I just said I want to go back to my father and I want some food.
Are you hungry? Come, sit.
Points to Erwingale. Her arm looks tasty.
No. What?
Right. I can assure you that elves are stringy.
I'm very grisly.
You hear her stomach go. Brrr.
Sit down.
She sits. Very prim and proper.
I order her a meal.
Yep, beet stew is put down in front of her, which she ravenously consumes with manners.
So, she says that you were taken by a drunk.
His name was Bluto.
All right. And where did he take you from?
I was visiting some family with my father.
Is your father here in this in town?
Might be. At one point we were living with Maramiva's people near the Serpool, and then we came here to visit some other family. There was an encampment not far outside of town. Why is my stream loading? Okay, there we go.
Right. So, You were traveling with the travelers.
We are
Chris, now is not the time for consuming alcohol.
we are not we are Vistani, yes.
Ah. Excellent. Now we're getting somewhere. Where is the rest of this family that your father was meeting here?
In an encampment not far outside of town.
Do you know which direction?
My handy dandy map and book do. Southwest of town.
She still hasn't told me why this man has taken her out there.
I don't know why you killed him instead of asking.
I mean, the child has a point.
He just kidnapped me.
No, just kidnapped you. That
I
is
mean,
not. That is
and-
not.
And
that is not something you just do.
This realm seems to bring out the worst in people. It might be something that just gets done here. Southwest, you say?
if
Well-
you look at the map, area N9.
Wait, map area?
No.
So you'll
Let's
go
see.
to the map.
I don't have a map.
I'm not seeing an N9. I see an N8.
Alright.
Oh,
And
Yeah, zoom in on
your
Velocus.
face. Your
Block.
face is covering it.
Ooh, I can fix that. And do you still have the link to?
Oh, sir.
I mean,
It
I could
would be
probably
nice to
scroll up.
not have to look at stream in order to get this information.
There we go.
I could have sworn I had sent.
I
you-
would like to not see spoilers looking at your stream. Can I please just have the link? Thank you, good sir. Thank you, good. Thank you, good presence from above.
I see.
Yes, thank you.
There.
That's actually out of our way. We were going to visit Madame Eva. Would it be acceptable that we take you back there so you can wait there for your father?
I want to go to my father.
Now wait a minute. This coming from the woman who would go completely out of her way for bones from a freaking and burying some guy that she doesn't even know. Are you kidding me right now? It is not that far out of the way.
They were all in the same city.
Well, we're here. It's just outside the city walls.
I love this.
I do recall that you are hiding behind me and telling me to take care of this. So why don't you let me take care of this?
Right. I do recall that I was also the only one who lived the last engagement, Tatiana.
Ooh.
Oh. You keep saying this name like it means something to me.
It must. Your boyfriend sure thought it meant something
Shots fired.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I was dead, remember? I can assure you I don't have a lover, much less one that calls me Tatiana. Now,
Excuse me.
to you. Maybe you're right.
Someone's
I don't know. Maybe it's just because he saw your voluptuous bosom.
she looks so. Is there something wrong with My bosom.
Yes, there's something wrong. Maybe I wish I had a big bosom like you. That way Jarkris would look at me sometimes.
Hold on, time out.
Madam Eva might be able to help with that.
Oh, I almost died. Okay.
Did you hear what the kid just said?
What now? Madam who now? I wait, what? I'm sorry, please repeat yourself. It's hard to hear tiny people when arguing.
You said you wanted bigger breasts. If Madam Eva can help with that.
Perhaps.
I just made gamer facepalm. Yes.
Right.
That's
Carry
my
on
power.
then, Tatiana.
I'm getting glared at now. It's great.
You do not think your father would go back to the encampment?
I don't know. I want to go back to my father. She starts semi-silently weeping into her empty bowl.
That's all inner monologue, by the way.
The fuck is all of this?
Fine.
Gamer Girl's being melodramatic and shit.
I'm getting glared at again. Worth it.
He knows when you sleep. Watch
Now I'm
out.
getting flipped off. Doubly.
Maybe she ought to turn her webcam on.
There's only
I don't
one
have
webcam
one.
in the house, and I'm using it. So that
Maybe
way the
another webcam needs to come about so we can all be on webcam and everybody can see all these reactions.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then I'd actually have to spread out names.
Right, and you said your father is how far from here?
Just outside of town to the southwest, not far off the main road.
Does he have... Is it nighttime? Wait.
It's early morning.
Come along then. Wait, you've already finished.
She, with manners, ravenously ate.
Well, we might as well get our things.
I suppose.
I don't know why you sound exasperated. You wanted this.
I just got through killing a man to save this girl. Give me a break.
Do you want an arm or a leg? I smirk.
I
Hey,
just
go
look
get
at,
my stuff.
I look at Jarkris. I think that she thinks that she's above her background now.
My background. Wow.
Background.
Yes, see, knowing what I know now, I do not trust this girl.
You don't trust her?
She's not even worth my wit.
Boom! I feel the love.
The sass. I love it. Alright. So you guys begin your trek. Scroll that over just a little more. Perfect. Okay. As you begin walking through the town, again, there's still a bunch of people that they look depressed, run down, all kinds of different types of sad other shit like that.
Something tells me they're probably somewhat wearily staying away from us too.
Yep. Especially now.
What? Oh wait, that did happen in the middle of the street.
What?
Never mind.
I don't think.
Oh, the Strahd thing?
I don't think it has anything to do with us. I think it maybe they're kind of questioning something here. Chris, are you picking your nose? No.
Yes.
Hmm.
Noob stuck his finger right on his nose.
You said that, I was like, wait, what?
That's amazing.
Yeah. And some of these people look like they have absolutely no joy in their life. You see one of them eating some kind of strange, meaty pastry that seems to make him feel really good. Almost like a drug.
Dude, it's that lady's meat pies from Sweeney Todd.
They were made from people.
Yeah.
Still meat.
Soylent Green.
The bad part is I've read the book.
Which one?
I haven't had a chance to read the book.
Soylent Green.
Oh, no, I thought there was a book on Sweeney Todd.
There is.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to read that one.
Me neither. There we go.
Oh, bother.
And you continue walking through, you see yet more streamers and garlands hung up from the different rafters in the buildings of varying ages, from nearly rotting to been up a few days to got put up just last week.
So, wait. If we see streamers, do we at least see YouTubers as well? Is PewDiePie here?
Now, Pewds is not here, unfortunately.
What about Markiplier?
He was, but let's just say it didn't end well.
Okay. Right. What was this festival they've had?
The Wolf's Head Jamboree.
Right, I am very glad that I'm no longer a. Never mind. What is it?
Yep. Fido comes up and nuzzles your side.
Wait, what? Fido's dead.
Is she though?
Fido's dead. Yeah. No, you're right. Fido came back. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, Fido passed her saves.
Yeah, that's right.
The ghost of Fido.
I've mistaken. I thought I was the only one. I remember now. Fido did jump back up. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't
No
worry,
Planeswalker.
Fido. Look at her haunches, Chris. Feel her haunches.
God,
Oh
not
god,
again.
not again.
Yeah, Fido like stops, looks back at her own haunches, looks up at you, nips your butt, and keeps walking.
The dog just grabbed your ass.
He did. He likes my haunches too.
Fido is a chick.
Oh yeah, that's right. She likes my haunches as well. It's a compliment.
Oh lord.
I wonder why I deal with these people. Cats, what did you do with my bag?
They tore it down.
Yeah, well, I need it
Mean meow mellow.
What bag? Oh, wait, the bag your magic cards came in.
No,
The mean
the
meow meow mellow. Mean meow mellow.
You're trying really hard on that one.
I am trying.
It's not working.
That's what I'm gonna call him from now on. The mean meow mellow.
he has a name.
Yeah, it's meow mellow. God damn it! It's such a fucking tongue twister. I'm gonna get it though, and then it'll just stick forever.
Maybe not.
The mean meow mellow.
Anyway. Yep. You guys continue to make your way through town. And as you're getting close to the gate, Annabelle just ends up right next to Fido and has her arm. And Fido's a wolf, so she's like massive compared to this little kid. She has her hand reached up around Fido's head from underneath and is giving her ear scritches as y'all walk. And Fido seems to have claimed this child as hers. Like, this is my cub now.
Have I used my inspiration?
You've so totally lost that wolf.
You used your inspiration last session, I think.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, but I remember that it came up, and I said I was going to give it to Jarkris, but I changed my mind.
No, you had to use it.
Did I actually use it though?
Yes, because you actually rolled one to the bad on one of your death saves.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would have killed you.
Sure. All right. Anyway, continue.
But yes, you see that she has begun the process of becoming really good friends with your wolf.
She just stole your wolf.
She's not just my wolf.
I gave it to Jarkris, and you took it back.
As you guys start walking out through the gates, she takes you down the left of the first trail on your left, going off of this old Svalage road, which actually ends up taking you back into the woods. Overall, it's not a long journey, no more than about 2,500 feet. But as you walk through, the woods part to reveal an expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lamps hung from their sculpted eaves. Atop the hill, above the fog, is a ring of barrel-topped wagons that surround a large tent with a column of smoke pouring out through a hole in the top. The tent is brightly lit from within. Even at this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from this central area.
It sounds like a place or it smells like a place for Jarkris.
What?
You don't smell the wine.
No. Did I?
He just said you did. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
I mean, we keep going.
Yeah.
Walking along.
Okay.
Walking along.
Is there a map for this one on this? There is not. Okay. So we'll just keep that pulled up.
That's it. We weren't supposed to be here.
Alice.
As you guys are walking up, you're coming up from the eastern perimeter, Standing quietly in front of this house, bathed in the warm light of its lanterns, are 3 sullen, gray-cloaked figures, their angular features and black flowing hair half hidden under their cowls.
Does this kid have angular features?
No, kid is human.
So these are elves?
They do seem to appear that way, although like no elf you have ever seen before.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm like no elf I've ever seen before, so.
Yeah, same.
Me too.
Wait,
You're
what?
not an elf.
Yeah, you are no elf.
I just joined in on everybody else. And
He wanted to feel included.
I once was an elf.
I mean, he could, like, sprout pointy ears if he wants.
Eventually.
Is that an eventually?
I could take a level on elf.
That's not how that works. This isn't 3.5. And even then, that's taking levels in giant.
Not the same thing.
But as you walk up, one of the cloaked figures brings you in.
I just point to the kid.
Then you need to go to the Vistani camp at the top of the hill. And he points upward.
Where we were heading.
Before we head that way, are you going to try to kill us?
As long as you don't cause trouble, there's no problem.
Okay. In that case, we're fine. Yes, thank you. I saved the child. I just want to return her.
Luvash will be very happy then. He's had half the Vistani in the camp out looking for her.
Perhaps next time he will keep a better eye on her so she doesn't get kidnapped.
Perhaps we will not run our mouths when we don't know the circumstance. Let's just move on, shall we?
I hear a lighter.
No. I'm trimming my wolf nails. I'm no longer a wolf, remember?
Map, stay where I put you.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. As you're walking up to the first of the Barrel Top Wagons, which I actually just thought of this. If you look at stream,